Hi friends, my name is Shannon from thedailydiyWire.com and I'm so excited to share with you some acrylic projects today using my brand new xTool P2 that they just rolled out in the color white. In the past, I've shared with you my awesome xTool M1, which I absolutely love. That machine is a great beginner-friendly, crafter-friendly laser machine. The difference is it has a diode laser versus this one that has a CO2 laser. So what does that mean? Basically, it means that you have the capability of cutting through many more different types of material, including the clear acrylic. It's also more powerful and is faster too. This one is also obviously much larger too, so you're gonna be able to cut more items at one time. So this is definitely still beginner and crafter friendly, but it's also a nice way to ramp up your crafting, especially if you use it as a business. So that's just a little bit about the P2, some of the basics, but I want to jump into the crafting now. I want to show you how easy it is to turn some plain acrylic into some cute projects. Super easy to do, anybody can do this. And the first project I want to share with you is a bookmark. One other thing I want to mention with these laser cutting machines, you do have to have some sort of ventilation. So whether you vent out of a window or you can find these smoke purifiers at xTool, which are very, very handy so you can craft anywhere. I will make sure to link all the items that I'm featuring down in the description box below for you. But let's get started with this bookmark. So we are just going to open up our laser cutting machine, the P2, and look at this awesome acrylic I'm going to be cutting with. It is a clear acrylic, but it has a silver glitter in it. Very, very pretty. So we're just going to center that in the machine and close the lid and then head over to xTool's free software that is called Creative Space. We're going to make a bookmark using a provided shape. It's a rounded square shape, and we're going to unlock the ratios for this so we can then pull on the different marks on the square to turn it into a rectangle. So depending on the size that you want, you just kind of adjust it. One other thing we want to add to this bookmark is a hole at the top. So we're going to go back into those shapes, grab a circle shape, and we're going to scale that down so it fits inside of our rectangle. And now we're going to select both of those shapes, group them together, and then once we select them, we're going to head over here to the right side and hit cut as we're going to be cutting this out of the acrylic. We're going to bump this up to 100% power and 20 speed. Another way to do this is you can also go up to the file on the left and import your own shapes in here in SVG files. So the same files that you use for your vinyl cutting machines work within xTool as well. So this is just an SVG file that I had on my computer. I imported it into the program, scaled it down to size. We're going to grab that circle shape. I'm going to actually ungroup these two so I can copy and paste the circle so they're the exact same size, move it over to the top of my new shape. And now we are going to select all of these. You can group them together or you can leave them separate, completely up to you. We're going to go back to our cut setting, bump it up to 100, speed 20, and then what we're going to do is we are going to copy and paste these. Depending on how many bookmarks you're going to want to make, you just copy and paste that many times. I decided to go ahead and cut 4 of these at one time, so 2 of each shape. And now that we have our designs, we're going to connect our P2 to this program. And you just do that by clicking this button up here in the right corner. We're going to select the P2, and then it actually takes a picture of the acrylic that's inside the machine, which makes it so nice to be able to save your acrylic. We're not letting any go to waste. I'm just double checking here that I have all of my cut settings in line, and then we're going to select that we're going to be using a transparent acrylic. Hit process, hit start, and then you'll head over to your machine. It has this big round button. You hit that. That is going to lock the machine and get it rolling, and your P2 is just going to do all the magic and all the work for you at this point. I wanted to show you in real time how long it took to cut one bookmark, and as you can see, it doesn't take very long at all. This is a very simple basic shape, but even more intricate shapes don't take very long either. So this is just that first bookmark being cut out, and then we're gonna just speed it up so you can see the rest of the process as it cuts through the other 3 bookmarks. And if you can believe it, in real time, it only took 1 minute and 30 seconds to cut all 4 of these bookmarks out. So that's one thing I absolutely love about the P2 is that it is super efficient, and this is what your computer screen is going to look like. It actually counts to how long it takes to process and cut, and once it's complete, this is what your screen will show. And as you can see, it only took 1 minute and 30 seconds to cut those out. We are going to let the machine degas. You'll hear it kind of shut off. It will unlock the door for you, and you'll be able to immediately remove your products from the machine. And here is my first bookmark. How cute is that? So as much fun as it is to create, design, and cut on the P2, it's also super fun to personalize your acrylic, and you can do that with the help of a lot of different things, including vinyl. So I decided to make my 2 kiddos and me these bookmarks, and I'm just using some regular vinyl here and transferring it onto the acrylic. You can see how nice it turns out. It looks really cute with that glitter. So of course you can leave these blank too. They look really pretty, just kind of simplistic. But one other thing I have absolutely loved lately is these little trim kits that you can find on Amazon, which I'll link down below for you too. It's kind of a mixed bag and a mystery bag of trim that you get in these sets, but they all kind of coordinate and look really pretty together, and you can kind of mix and match them, even add some ribbon to this, but they look really cute on these tags, just kind of added through the hole that the P2 cut for us to create some really pretty bookmarks. All right, so here is the finished product. They turn out so cute, and I have been saying they are bookmarks, but keep in mind you can use these for other things as well, including gift tags on gift bags and packages. You could use them as Easter basket tags. You could use them for stocking tags. Lots of different ideas here. You can adjust the colors and the different acrylic and the different sayings that you put on them. So sky's the limit with this one, but I hope you love this idea. Next, I have a couple tips to share with you. First is to clean your machine after each cut. So depending on what you're creating, you may need several cuts. I like to come in with these water wipes. They don't have any chemicals on them, and just wipe the machine down. Another tip here too is I like to remove the coating on the acrylic. I have heard that the laser can actually melt the coating into the acrylic, which we don't want. Some people like to leave it on. I like to remove mine. I'm sure you have seen all of these beautiful, different personalized cake toppers that are super popular and trendy right now. Well, guess what? You can make your own using the xTool P2, and I'm going to show you just how easy it is. For this cake topper, we're going to be using this beautiful mirrored gold acrylic. It's going to look beautiful on the top of a cake. We're going to center this in our P2 machine, close the lid, and after you do your first cut, it's going to be like second nature to come back in and do this. So I want to show you though, again, how to import an image. Up here, we've clicked that file, and then we're going to select what image we want. So this is just an SVG file that you can find online, and it is a happy birthday circle. I'm going to select the SVG file, load it into the creative space, and scale it down from the corners so it keeps the same ratio. So this one I'm going to make about 4 inches wide. And we also need to add a stick onto the bottom of this so it'll stick down into our cake. So we're coming into the shapes over on the left side, clicking one of the rectangles. We're going to release the little lock at the top where the ratios are and scale this down into a stick that can be about 3 inches long, depending on the size of your cake. So now we have 2 separate files here that we need to join together. So I'm going to zoom in so you can see this. We're going to select both of those, come up here to the top. We're going to hit combine and then unite, and as you can see, it turns those 2 files into one and kind of welds them together. While it's selected, hit cut, bump your speed up to, or your power up to 100, your speed to 20, and then select the transparent acrylic. You'll hit process and then start on your program and the round button on your machine, which will then go ahead and lock the door on the machine, as I mentioned before. And then I wanted to show you some of this cutting in real time because it is just super satisfying to watch. And you can see how precise this is cutting out the design. I also decided to go ahead and speed it up a little bit just to speed this process up and let you see this whole entire design get cut out. And it only took 2 minutes and 28 seconds to cut this shape out. Once it's done, it will unlock. Go ahead, let it degas. When that vacuum sound turns off, open your lid and you will be able to take out your acrylic immediately and start removing it from the main piece. I will also add a tip in here. A weeding tool comes in handy whenever it is time to get out some of those smaller pieces. Just carefully kind of poke them out through the bottom. This is not super delicate, but you still want to be careful. You don't want to cut something out of your design that it shouldn't be. So we're just going to carefully go through and weed out all of the pieces that we don't want part of our cake topper. And here it is finished, looking so nice, so pretty. Love the shine on this. Another tip here is to use those same water wipes and clean this off. It gets any of the residue off of the acrylic for you. And obviously, if you're using this as a cake topper, you're going to want to also clean it with soap and waters to disinfect it. So I wanted to show you what this looks like when you actually put it onto a cake. Another idea is to actually scale these down in size, and you can make little mini versions of this for cupcake toppers too. So I am showing you acrylic projects today, but I wanted to show you this cutout in wood. So this is just a basswood, a real thin wood material. So you have different options. And of course you can personalize them with numbers and names and dates and whatever holiday and season you're celebrating. This was one for my daughter's birthday last year. So as I mentioned, you can cut more at one time because of the bigger bed on this machine and because it's faster. And we are going to double up on this one and use this really pretty iridescent acrylic paired with this dark pink acrylic. I'll have all of this linked down below for you. We're going to put those in our machine, close the lid, open up our creative space, and find a SVG file. I'm going to be doing a dog bone tag for my little honey bun, and we're just going to scale that to about 1.5 inches. Depending on the size of your dog, you may want it larger or smaller. And we're going to hit the text button over on the left, and we're going to write her name in here. So once I had honey, I'm just going to pick a fun font and space the letters closer together so that I can weld them together and get more of like a one piece versus having each individual letter. And that's going to make it easier for us to apply these on top of each other, which I'll get to in a little bit. Now that we have our settings all in there, it takes a picture of our acrylic for us. This has 2 cameras actually. The one that you see here takes the wide shot, and then it also has a close-up shot that gives you much more detail. So that's another one of the perks of the P2 is that you get those 2 different views. So we are going to make sure we have picked the clear acrylic when we go to cut this, and it is super duper quick. I'll show you how long it took to cut this in real time here in just a second, but as you can see, we were able to cut the 2 different types of acrylic at the same time, which saves us time too. And then here's what the finished cuts look like, and can you believe this only took 36 seconds total to cut both of these out? That is just amazing. So now let's put these together. We're gonna go ahead and weed out the acrylic pieces. Super easy to do with the help of a weeding tool. And then this is the glue that I like to use, which I will link down in the description box below for you. The one other thing that I suggest is getting one of these gripper tweezers, so you pinch them and they actually open, and when you let go they close. So that way once you grab onto something, it actually stays pinched for you so you don't accidentally drop it. So I'm just going to use my tweezers to kind of mock up my design first and make sure that since I have 2 pieces here that I don't get them offset wonky when I actually go to permanently attach them with this super glue. So I love this bottle because you just squeeze it and one little drop comes out and you're able to kind of dot it here and there where you need it, and it's not messy and the lid doesn't get stuck on it. It lasts a long time, so highly recommend this glue. With super glue, you do want to kind of set it down and be happy with where you put it though, because you're not going to have a whole lot of time and wiggle room to move your design around, and you'll also get glue everywhere. So that's where those tweezers come in handy as well, where you just kind of set it down, push it down, and you're good to go. So now we have the cutest little personalized dog tag for Honey Bun. I actually love this so much I made her more. The heart one is going to be for Valentine's Day, so of course I had to try it out on her. She didn't seem very enthused about it, but she's more in the playing mode versus modeling mode. But look how cute it is. I love this. I love that I can now make these for her to match any of her combos of collars for the different holidays and seasons. Can you tell I have just had so much fun with this? I have made so many different things. I want to show you this one that is a dry erase to-do board that you could turn into all kinds of other different things. But I want to show you the basics here. We're going to take this really pretty light pink piece of acrylic, grab the rounded square shape, and then we're going to scale it down to size to 6 inches wide by 8 inches tall. Same settings here, 100 power, 20 speed. We're going to select white acrylic for this. It is going to pull up that image of our acrylic in the machine. Move your design where you want it, send it over to the machine, and it will start cutting. It really is just so fun to watch this machine do its thing, and this one only took 42 seconds total to cut out. So we're gonna go ahead and remove this from the machine and start working on our to-do list. Now we are going to take some vinyl here and use that for the design. If you use white glossy vinyl, if you didn't know already, that is also dry erasable. So those little boxes on the side, we're going to be able to check those off, just like we're going to be able to write on and erase on the acrylic. So we're just applying our design onto the front of this acrylic that we've cut out, applying it, and then pulling off the transfer sheet to reveal our design. Now, you could put a hole in this if you wanted to hang it, but I thought we would pull in a Dollar Tree item here. You know, Dollar Tree is one of my favorite stores to craft and shop at, so we're gonna grab some of the tumbling tower blocks here, put 2 together, and then put 2 more together end to end, and one is going to be the front and one is going to be the back, so we have a nice stand for our to-do list. So we're going to use some hot glue to just attach it onto the front and the back side of this acrylic so it'll stand up for us. And look how cute this is. I love it. You can even paint the wood if you want it to, but I love the natural wood. I wanted to show you that this does actually work. So we're going to put our first to-do thing on our list, let the ink dry, and then you can come in and erase it just that easy. So here are some more ideas of using this. You can, of course, do the to-do list thing. You could do a menu board. You could do a calendar. You could use these for table numbers at parties. You could use this as a photo frame. So lots of different ideas that I hope you'll get creative with. So I told you I was having so much fun with this P2 that I have made so many different things with acrylic using it, including some of these cute Stanley cup tags. So this is just a really fun way to do acrylic on acrylic. And I just layered it on there, glued the names on, did the different colors, different color combinations. So these are just a few of those. And then I even got super fancy with this one and did a 3-layer. So I did the light pink as the base, the darker pink for the heart, and then white acrylic for the name. So cute. My daughters love this. I'm not so much of a Stanley Cup fan as it's just too heavy for me to be carrying around, but I thought I would make myself one just in case. But really, really cute and a fun project to make with your P2 as well. But I could not leave out my son, of course. I had to make him something too. So he is a big soccer fanatic. His number is number 7, just like Ronaldo. If you know anything about the soccer world, so I made him a number 7 soccer keychain. So the white P2 is brand new, just now rolling out, and they're having a special on it. So I will have all of that information linked down in the description box below. Go ahead, click on that, check it out. And if you have any questions at all, you can leave those in the comments below for me. I'll also have some of the materials and supplies that I used for these projects linked down there as well. And if you're new here, click that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button. That helps out my channel so much. I'll also have some more inspiring and creative videos popping up on your screen. Go ahead and click which one interests you, and I will see you over there. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a creative day.